Okay, I think I'm live. Oh, I love technology. I'll just sit and wait to see who can find me. Oh, hello. Can you hear me? I've been here talking to myself. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Oh, well done, Paula. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. It just would not connect to me. I know, very sad to see the empty shelves. Hi, Catherine. Oh, you can hear me. That's good. I'm actually on my iPad this evening, so it could be an iPad thing. And I've got my microphone. So Mike is back. I know, Breda. Well, actually, I was being all clever this evening and I had a new live streaming app, which I tested today and it worked. But yeah, it wouldn't work this evening. So that is so annoying. Double stream scenario. Yes, Viv. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we've got 134 people and we had a lot of people waiting. Mike is back. Yes. Loud and clear. Oh, that's good. That's good. Because I do like the iPad for the... oh, hi from Bournemouth. Yes. We'll be neighbours very soon. Hi, Maria. Will this be the last live? No, I'm still here for a couple of weeks yet. So I messaged Jason this evening and I said to him, I'm trying a new live stream app this evening, so anything could happen. And yep, it sure did. I was on the screen, it was telling me I was live, and I was asking you, could you hear me? And I was getting no answers. So I figured, something's up. Yes, like the stream while you're waiting. That's it. Yeah. I know. Viv, you've got more than me at the moment. Well, we're looking at the really empty shelves, so there is still lots. Well, not lots, but okay, better not move things here too much. Yeah, I know I did. I just, I wouldn't mind, but I tested it today and everything. Yeah. Hello, Angie. So I hope everybody's well. I hope you've all had a great week. I hope you've got loads of sewing done. I know the empty shelves. I did say to you last week that I'd be back this week with empty shelves. So yeah, I wasn't wrong. I know, like Mother Hubbard. Yes. Is the fabric packed or packed and gone? It's just packed. Just packed at the moment. Not all of it. Myself and Caroline will be busy for the next couple of days packing and then flat packing shelves. Hello, Lynn. Oh, well done. Zeb is tracing. Yeah, it all looks very bare. The rest of the house doesn't look bare. My living room doesn't look bare because all the fabric is in there at the moment. Oh, Viv, I looked forward to the time where nobody has to ask me how the packing is going because it'll all be done. Another busy week. Yes. Found me, Sally. Well done. Yeah, Lola's doing well. She's got company of Wanda and Mindy this evening. Hi, Suzanne. You found us. Found me. Another technical blip. Don't you love the technical blip? All the babies, all the fur babies are, yeah, they're really well. They're all good. They're all good. Lola looks and sounds perfectly normal. So, hi Inez. Yeah, the packing is going well. I'm a pro at this stage. A pro. So yeah, we've got lots of people. Trisha found me. Well done. Well done. So yeah, we're just on like a normal live. So I'll rename it and all that malarkey when I get finished. God, it's a bit mad. Just having a look. I've got my iPad here, or not my iPad. I'm on my iPad and I've got my MacBook beside me. So that's how I knew I wasn't live, because I couldn't see myself on the Mac. Hello, Judy, my friend. How are you this evening? So we've got, what, 200 and almost 300 people. That's really good. And Lynn is saying hello to Judy. Hello, Daphne. So I'm wearing my Soraya sweater this evening out of this lovely knit jacquard that I totally robbed the idea from Ruan, of course, in one of her makes videos, or one of her plans. Hello, Janet. And Brian and Mickey. Judy's mending a set of braces. Oh, cool. Hello, Tracy. So yeah, here we are at another Sunday with barer shelves than we had last week. Yeah, that's my backup career. Yes. Breda got the Brooklyn trousers and waistcoat. Oh, lovely. Ooh, Suzanne is eating from this month's box. Hello, Mary. How are you? Hello, Claire. You're all finding us again. No, Jason, the technical difficulties that I predicted earlier on did happen. It just didn't happen. Yeah, I was trying to be all clever. I had this really cool app. Really cool app. But yeah, it's only really cool when they work, isn't it? So anyway, we'll have to go back to the drawing board with that. So yeah, we're here at another Sunday for a live broadcast from the empty shelves of Beyond the Pink Door. I've had another busy week packing, so I have to say we closed the website for orders apart from our extra Think Pink boxes on Monday. I did that on Monday, and I have to say it kind of cut me to do it, but it's made the week much easier, to be perfectly honest. So oh, Hayley's getting the slap on. I've got the slap on, you'd hardly notice. And it's made it much easier this week actually to try and pack, get orders, get all our Think Pink boxes out. So we got them out mega early this month because today is only the 25th and we normally promise to get them out by the 28th. So we got them out last Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, hello Shan in a wet Cornwall. So I think it was on Friday. My lovely friend Joan came to help me do some packing, which was brilliant, and the postman arrived with the post in the morning with 7 Think Pink boxes back to us for no apparent reason. So they put the post people put a sticker right on top of the addresses, so I don't know particularly whose they are, and I don't know why they were returned to us, because I don't think we've ever had any returned, apart from maybe undelivered ones. So I'll have to get Caroline to figure out why 7 of them bounced back to us. It's really annoying, but I promise we'll get them out ASAP tomorrow once we figure out whose they were. Very cleverly, yeah, I said to the postman, why would they put the stickers for return right over the addresses? And I know if I start pulling the stickers off, it's going to take the addresses as well. So yes, so that was very disappointing, seeing as we were so ahead of ourselves this month, but there you go. So I hope the 7 people will be patient, but I will let you all know who the unlucky 7 people were tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for all the lovely messages and emails during the week wishing me luck with my moving. I think I confused things a number of weeks ago when I did the live from our new house in Poundbury, because I think a lot of people think I've moved already. So I've had a lot of emails asking me about shipments and postage and visiting and all that kind of thing. And yeah, just to say, I'm here until the end of March. So I've got well on with the packing, and I have now, during the week, I've made a plan for the moving. So get the steamer. Yes, Zeb. I know Caroline is really practical and she's so great at things like that. So I know she'll look at them tomorrow and know exactly what to do. So yes, we'll get that done tomorrow. So yeah, I haven't moved yet. So our plan is that we get everything packed this week, and the week of the 4th We have everything scheduled to be picked up. I don't know what date yet, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll have a good day. A good day like we did the last time. So last time all of my household stuff got picked up. I had the one lovely spring day of the entire January. So lots of prayers and lots of good thoughts our way that on the week beginning the 4th, whatever day of that week, that we get the nice sunny day as well. That would be brilliant. Then the movers deliver the week after, so that's the week beginning the 11th. And we will find out what day they're actually delivering, of course, because I'll be here. Jason will be at work, so that won't really work. So myself and Caroline have plans that we will both fly over the day before, hopefully, or maybe a few days beforehand, all depending. And we'll be there to meet the movers, and then we will have a couple of days to start unpacking, putting shelves back together. And again, Caroline is brilliant at all of that. So we'll have a couple of strong girl days putting all stuff back together. And then we have 2 weeks after that then where I will just tie up all the loose ends here in the house, and then I'll be moving. So February has gone really fast. I think you'll all agree. And March, I think, is going to go even faster. So at the moment, we've got all of our March Think Pink boxes made. I can see them all from here. They're in my sunroom. On Thursday, our April fabric arrived here, which wasn't the plan. That was supposed to arrive to the shop in Poundbury at the end of March or very early April. I was really trying to get the timing right, but it arrived here last Thursday. So I'll have a chat with Caroline tomorrow, but I think we'll start cutting it out here because it'll be easier to actually cut it here and ship it with all the moving. And then we will, we'll make a little bit of a plan. So I know we've had a lot of concerns in the Facebook group at the moment. And I would normally say if you want to join our Facebook group, the link is in the description box below. It isn't at the moment because this is a new live stream that I hadn't set up, but I will put the link in after. And there is a link there to our Facebook group, or there will be a link to the Facebook group. So there's been a lot of chat among all of our lovely EU customers of the Think Pink boxes particularly, and worrying about customs charges and all things like that. And I don't have a definitive answer for you all yet, but I have 2 plans in action. So the concern is that obviously I will be, I know, Lynn, the concern at the moment is that obviously I will be in the I will be in England, which is not part of the EU, sadly, for shipping to the EU. So the concern is, of course, the customs charges and all of that jazz. And I have to say, hats off to all of the fabric shops in England who had to negotiate their way through Brexit, when all of that kicked off, because I just think they were amazing. Because even 3 years later, we still don't all know the 100% of everything yet. It's been a challenge for us here at Beyond the Pink Door to ship to the UK without any custom charges, and we've nailed that. So I've every confidence that we're going to nail it from Britain to the EU as well. And as I say, I have a couple of plans. I'm going to have a meeting with my accountant this week and just go through all the finer details, and then I will update you all about that. But it is, of course, my aim not to be like some of the very large fabric shops who charge you all the VAT and everything on your basket and then charge you again when it gets delivered. And we all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, as a small shop, I want to look after all of my customers and not have you have double charges on your end, because that's not fair, because that's happened to me. And I certainly don't want that all happening to you lovely ladies who have supported me through thick and thin over the last number of years. So yeah, rest assured, and don't be panicking. I'm not panicking because I have a couple of plans. So I wish I could tell you what the actual plans were at the moment, but there's nothing finite yet. But yeah, I'm very confident because I do a lot of research into things, and it's all coming together. nicely, to be perfectly honest. So, the Think Pink boxes are out there in the world, and there's been great feedback again. I hope if you've got your box that you will really like it. And yes, so we've loads of people joining us this evening. So clearly I've no fabrics to show you this evening, and that's what we do every week here on our live sewing chat. So this week, I believe that, Claire. I've confidence in myself, so I just want everybody else to have confidence in me as well. So yeah, we'll have a chat with Caroline and the accountant during the week. So there's a handy post office. Well, would you believe it? There is a really handy post office in Poundbury, and it's a very short walk from my shop. So that's all fallen into place as well. So that's really good. So I thought this evening, I was trying to think of things that we could do that we'd have a bit of fun with, and I thought my fun app was going to be, great fun. How many times am I going to go say fun this evening? Lynn loves the box too, and Maria's arrived. Oh, that's super. I think our international customers will be waiting a little bit longer this time, so we sent all the boxes this week, whereas we normally have a week between sending the boxes, but just not possible to do everything at the moment. I'm not sure if we have any boxes yet. We're going to ship the rest of the boxes, the one-off boxes, tomorrow. And then if we do have any extra ones, we'll pop them back up online. We'll be open for some new subscriptions on the 1st of March as well. So yeah, that's all coming. Ina's got hers on Friday. Oh, wow. That's amazing. In Germany. Fantastic. So yeah, I was trying to think of a few things that we could do this evening, and I have come up with a little session of this or that. So I started to put a few little this or that questions together this evening or today, and it's here in the US, and oh wow, that's amazing. That's fantastic. Brigitte is wondering how many nationalities we have here this evening, so we love this game. So our this or that, I went onto YouTube to search for this or that, because I didn't realise that it was an actual thing. So the Love to Sew podcast actually put a this or that hashtag together a while ago, and it actually reminded me that somebody did actually asked me to take part in it, and just at the time I couldn't. So I very sneakily went and stole all of their this or that questions today. So I thought this will be fun. We'll do this, because I have to say they're really fun ones. I've taken out one and I've added in two because there was actually 19 questions of this or that on the Love to Sew podcast one, and I don't like odd numbers. I particularly don't like numbers like 19 or 13, where prime number, nothing divides into it. Never liked it. Oh cool, you received your first box. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Hello to Gay in Paddy, Ireland. So yeah, I took out one and I added in two. So I thought this would be fun, and I was kind of hoping with my with my app this evening that let me see, and turn off the volume. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to put in a poll. Oh, and I could. Okay. Oh, cool. I've got my Mac here, so I'm going to stick in a poll. And then we can do the this or that. I'll tell you what I like, and you guys then can add into the poll yes or no, or it's not a yes or a no. I don't want a yes or a no. Okay, I'm going to write one in here and just see how this works. Or okay, we'll see how this works. Okay, add an option. Oh no, that's it. Okay. You can tell I haven't a clue what I'm at here. Create a poll. Okay. Good golly. Japers. Okay, you'll have to bear with, as they say, bear with. Oh, good golly. Okay, so the first one on the Love to Sew podcast was, when you are going to make something, do you stash bust or do you buy new fabric? So I've stuck that little poll in there. We'll see if we get through 19. We'll get through as many as we can. So I know Viv, where's the head of IT? I know, exactly. This this is either going to work or it's going to be a disaster, but anyway, we'll see. Hopefully somebody can see this poll. I can't even see it. Okay, where is it? Oh yeah, you'd know the IT department wasn't here, wouldn't you? Come on, Andrea. This is going to be so much fun to look back. It's going to be me just looking at my... Oh yeah, here we are. Cool. Okay, it's there. Oh God. So, yeah, I find it hard to... I do have a stash. I have a very small stash. But I find that, like when I was sorting out all my fabric for all the moving, I found some really lovely fabrics that I totally forgot about. So I had like whipped them out of here when they were coming into like remnants, kept them for myself. And I now and again go to make things out of my stash, because I find that if I wear something on the live and it's made out of my stash that's about 2 years ago, then you ladies are all going to ask me, what's that? What are you making? Or what have you made? And what's that fabric? And I really hate to say that it's something that might have been in my stash for ages. So I tend to obviously make something out of the new stuff, so that I can show you and give you ideas for what to make. So, okay, so our stash, our poll at the moment is saying, ooh, 60-40. I'm quite surprised at that. I'm a little surprised at that. Okay, so if I end the poll, it says 59-41. That is interesting. Oh, Haley is in. If you can't see the poll, tap onto the screen so the text box goes away and the poll will disappear, or will appear. Wow. Just wear it. Yeah, that's it, exactly. wear a badge saying stash, exactly. Okay, so let me see. The next one is, yeah, I definitely need the old IT department here. Kathy's going to be dead before she gets to the end of her stash. I was actually really good with my stash when I was packing. I gave a lot away, and I have a big pile of fabric as well that I've left for Keras. So I've fluffed up that pole there again now. I'm going to do another one. Would you think I'd have learned the first time? So the next one is, do you prefer paper or PDF patterns? Now this one I find very easy. It's just I'm PDF all the way. I love the PDFs because I just cut them out, which is one of the next questions. So, oh, we're 50-50. Wow. Yeah, I love the PDFs, particularly because I tend to go up and down in size, so more up than down, to be perfectly honest. So if I have the PDF, it's saved on my computer. I'd love to say that I have a file with all my PDFs in it, but I don't. I always have to go searching, and I can reprint it out at a different size, and I really love that. So yeah, love PDFs. I also love having them like packed in my little plastic envelopes as well, and again I try to store them in like tops and bottoms. So mostly like the stash of patterns for tops is much bigger than bottoms. I can also find as well that if I'm not using something for ages, I can just recycle the pattern, and it's not taking up too much space then, and then I can just print it out again. Now I am very lucky to have the large format printer, I have to say that. Have to say that. Really lucky about that. Oh, we're half and half here. Now, it is really nice to have paper patterns on display, though. I have to say they look really nice. So like something like the Maison Fauve patterns that have the most beautiful packaging. I love the packaging. They're just amazing. Now I have in the past actually bought the paper pattern and bought the PDF because I wanted to print it out, and I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous. It's also really handy as well to have the PDF, so if you're like out shopping for something, or if you see a fabric somewhere, you can also check your PDF on your phone. So if you have your phone with you, obviously, and you can access the PDF, you can have a look at all that you need, and you can check the meterage. So it's kind of handy like that as well. Oh, this one is very 50-50, so it's 51.49 for PDF and paper. Oh, okay, we're going to end that one. So the next one, and I'm going to do this one right straight away. So my answer straight away to this one is, so the next one is, are you a cutter or a tracer of your are you a cutter or a tracer of your PDF patterns or your paper patterns? I don't trace. I just don't trace. I just want to get on with making something. And again, I'm really lucky to have the PDF printer or the paper printer, the large format printer. So I print them out and I just cut it out. And I know a lot of you are screaming at me, but no, I just cut it out. I absolutely hate tracing. I can't see it properly. And I just want to make all the excuses in the world because I just don't want to do it at all. So yeah, I'm a cutter. Straight off. Straight off cutter. How are we doing? Oh, cutting is 53% and tracing is 47%. There's a lot of very half and half here. Oh, Ali has a cold sweat if she cuts the pattern. Oh, it's such a laborious job. Yes. Yes. Yeah, CBA tracing either. No. If it's a paper one, you trace. Even if I bought a paper pattern, and I did this recently, I bought the Maison Fauve Pilar jacket, and it absolutely killed me. I'm not gonna lie. It killed me to cut into it, especially because they didn't have the chart that told you what size finish measurements there was in it. So if I have, particularly if there's a couple of pattern companies that I feel really confident with, that I know what size I normally cut out, then I've absolutely no problem in cutting straight into the pattern. I also love as well with the PDF patterns that a lot of them have layers, so you don't have to print out all of your sizes. You can just print your size if you're confident with that, or you can print the size and the size above and the size below if you have to go like grading. So I find that really, really handy. I find it very difficult to see, especially around like the neckline, you know, if there's a load of different sizes, I find it very difficult to see between the different sizes. Great if they're coloured. So say Pattern Emporium always have like coloured lines, which is brilliant. Atelier Jupe, no, I definitely can't do those. I have to pick out the layers of those. I wish all pattern companies did layers. Not all of them do. So if you are ordering patterns from us, you can always leave a little message in the note box to say only print whatever size you want. And we can do that. I know some people have downloaded their pattern, just picked out the size and sent us that. Now it doesn't always work, so sometimes even when you only pick out the size and resave it, it doesn't necessarily work that we only get that size. So you were always better off to leave us a little note to say to to only print the certain sizes. So yeah, that definitely. So is Viv causing a stir? Oh, we've gone 100% 50-50 on this one. So tracing and cutting is 50-50. Okay. Right, the next one is all the work I did today getting a certain app so we could do this, and I didn't realise I could just do it on the YouTube one. So the next one is a to twal or not to twal almost. So do you twal a new make, or do you just go for it? Do you just go, do you know what? Life's too short for twalling, I'm going to go for it. So I'm one of those people who likes to make a wearable twal, I guess. So I don't have to do too many pattern adjustments. I probably should do more because I'm definitely forward shoulder. I've got narrow shoulders, but I definitely only make like wearable twirls. I just go for it. I also find as well that if I make a wearable twirl, I'll do my narrow shoulder adjustment, which is normal. I normally grade out for the hips. I shorten up like bodices of them. I have my few little adjustments that I do, and as I say, I probably should do more. But I find that if I make something as a wearable twirl and then I wear it a few times, then I'll figure out those little things that might niggle me, and I'll make those adjustments for the next item. And I will just, you know what I'm like, if I find a pattern that I like, I'll just make it to hell and back. I just love it. Shan says that she will twirl if it's an expensive fabric. Yeah, I think that is a good thing to do. So Viv says this is why she traces. She makes her adjustments on the tracing, and very sensible Viv. Wearable twirl all the way, Kathy says. Yeah. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing 30% to twirl and 70% just go for it. When you get settled in, will you do a tutorial on the narrow shoulder? Yes, I can do the narrow shoulder one. I do it my way and it works. I have never done the forward shoulder one. I know I should, and I will definitely get into that. It's actually really simple to do. Catherine says the wearable twirl is the way she goes as well. She's wearing the Josephine dress at the moment, and the next time you'll do the shoulder adjustment. Yeah, that kind of works for me, I think. I find, don't twirl knits so much. Yeah. Yes, gold star to Viv. Breda found a great thing on YouTube, Sewing with Nancy. Brilliant, shows you all about alterations. Yeah, forward shoulder is easy peasy. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me see, what's the next one? Okay, righty-ho. So I'm going to do the next poll. Oh yeah, I have to close that one first and then end that one. So we're ending that one on 31 and 69 to just go for it. Okay, next poll. Right, this is a bit of fun. I mean, we got off to a bad start, but yeah. Okay, we've made up for it. Okay, so the next one is, do you prefer to shop? Hang on, cocked that one up. Kind of missed that one. Hold on, we'll go back with that one. Oh, goodness me, where have I gone again? Okay, we'll go back there again and we'll try again. Are you enjoying this, Viv? That's good. I'm making a bit of a rat's ear of it. Okay, we'll go with that one again. So the next one is, do you prefer to shop online or shop in store on a shop? Okay. Oh, you're hitting off to it. 13. How many votes have we got? 45, 54. Oh, we're half and half again here. So I'm very lucky in the position that I have an online shop, but I actually shop in store, so it's great. And so these live chats, so tonight is our 150th live chat, and these live chats started because well, they started during COVID, as you all know. So in our lockdowns, I asked on one of my like pre-recorded vlogs if you'd like me to do a live chat, and then I could show you the fabric. So I kind of feel I'm trying to bring you the best of both worlds here in the lives every Sunday. So I really, really enjoy, because I get so much inspiration from you all when we started these live chats, that I can show you the fabric, you can see how it falls, you can see like the drape of it, we can have a chat about the stretch, we can talk about the weight, we can have great chats about what we could possibly make from it. So it's really worked out so well, and I definitely believe that it's definitely been the biggest plus to our my shop. So it kind of feels like, I've always said as well, when I'm showing the fabrics, I wish that it was like Feely Vision, so that you could feel them. But yeah, we're moving on now, of course, to our new shop, where I know a lot of people will come and be able to shop in store. So that'll be a lot of fun. So before I had obviously Beyond the Pink Door, I was shopping online, and a lot of the time, a lot of the fabrics that I was ordering just didn't turn out to be exactly what I thought. So a few times I actually bought like stretch wovens, and I thought they were stretch knits. I bought a lot of fabrics that were just maybe too heavy for the plan that I had for them. I bought stuff that was too light for it. I remember actually talking to somebody in a fabric shop one day here in Ireland, and I said that I was looking for a particular fabric to make, I think it was jeans, and I asked about a few fabrics on the website, and I was given recommendations, and when they arrived they were completely wrong as well. So yeah, I was getting really frustrated with ordering fabric, building up a stash of stuff that just wasn't right. So yeah, that's how all of this live came into play. So we're very half and half here. So we've 53 at the moment, and we have 47. So yeah, very half and half. So a lot of these have been very half and half. So we're going to end that one. Victoria is going to a wedding close to the new shop in May. Oh, cool, cool. That's a really good idea, Hayley. So Hayley sometimes buys a remnant to find the quality. That's really good. That is great. All depends on the functionality of the website. Honestly, that is the truth as well. Definitely. I try to make shopping as easy on the website as humanly possible, because again, on previous websites that I've looked at as well, I mean, you just want, say, black French terry, and you have to search the website. And one of the things that really annoys me as well about websites is when I click on an item and it's out of stock, and I click on another item and it's out of stock. So I know a lot of our fabrics will be out of stock, but it will show you the out of stock before you click into it. So oh, thank you all. Yeah, Viv reckons I make it too easy. You're welcome, Viv. So 53 and 47. So 47 in shop and 57 online. Okay, so we'll end that one. Okay, we're doing really well. So this is one that I have added in. So when you are doing measurements, do you prefer inches or centimeters? So this will be interesting. So I'm very old school in that I like measuring myself in inches because they make more sense to me. So I know that I know instantly if I've got bigger or smaller with my inches. And Catherine's old school as well, where there's a tick box to check out of stock. Yeah, I think we do actually have that. John says that even husbands have found it handy on the website. That's good. Yes. That's okay. We have a lot of inches. Now, we are in centimetres, we're in kilometres, we're all metric here in Ireland. But still, when it comes to dressmaking, I like to use inches when I'm measuring myself. So when I go to the Atelier Jupe patterns and all the other like French, European patterns, then it's all the measurements are in centimetres, and I have to get out my measuring tape to see what they are in inches before they make sense. So, but what I will say is that when I'm doing something like devising a length for buttonholes, something like that. Or say dividing for gathers or even pleats or things like that. I find centimetres are easier because you have a bigger number and there's more chance that you will end up with like an even number. So if you had say like 35 centimetres, which is a, what's that now? Is that 35 centimetres is actually 14 inches, if I'm correct? I might be right. I think I'm right at that. 14 inches. So it would be much easier to divide 35 centimetres, say, by 7 spaces rather than, although that's not a good example, is it? Because 14 is easily divided by 7 as well. Okay, let's say 9. So much easier to divide centimetres to get the position of buttonholes. But we did recently get one of those lovely expandable gizmos that I've wanted for ages to, like divide out, say, pleats or buttonholes. And I could have sworn I kept one for myself and didn't. I can visualise inches too, Eileen. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, 1 inch is 2.5 centimetres. Yes. Marie only uses imperial for baking. Okay. Tricia seems to spend a lot of her time converting inches to centimetres. That's me as well. Yes. Your money changed in 1971. Yes, it's great to be able to buy centimetres of fabric. Yes, definitely. Yeah, whichever one is easy, isn't it? Okay, how do we go on that? Oh, we seem to have more on the inches. So we've 77% on inches and 23% on centimetres. Woo! So that's a cool one as well. Okay, we'll end that one and we'll start another one. So the next one is, do you prefer this or that? Do you prefer knits or woven fabrics? And I've actually written that one right. So, yeah, knits or wovens. Now, I am very, very, very half and half on this. And I was thinking about this one today as I was doing my packing. So I did my research this morning. I like knits in the winter and I like wovens in the summer. And if I can get a woven with a little bit of stretch, then I am so happy. So if I can get like a viscose with a little stretch for the summer, I'm so happy. I tend to wear more wovens. So I tend to wear more dresses and blouses in the summer. If my bottom half has a bit of stretch, then definitely. But yeah, in the winter, knits all the way for me. Definitely knits all the way. There's a lot of boths, a lot of boths. I was thinking, okay, Renee is with me on that. Woven with stretch is fab, isn't it? It really is. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people are agreeing with me on that. Yes. Half and half on the knits and the wovens. Okay, what's our poll telling us? Yeah, that's what I thought, Catherine, as well. Time of the year. Definitely, yeah. 2 favourites are cotton lawn and linen, so Viv chooses woven. So knits 41% and wovens 59%. Very interesting. Leslie sews with both. It's half and half. And Emma is reminding everybody to click the like button. So we've got nearly 400 people and we've only got nearly 200 likes. So come on, hit that like button, please. Knits for comfort in the end. Yes. Honest to goodness. Yes. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, we're going to end that one on 40% to knits and 60% to wovens. Okay, so now we are into, what are we into next? Okay, start the next one. Okay, now this one is going to pickle a lot of brains as well. So, okay, so when you're pre-washing your fabric, so pre-washing is one thing, drying it is another. Do you prefer to line dry it or maybe air dry it? I suppose air dry should say better. Say more, or will you tumble dry it? So I guess that possibly this could have something to do with the weather as well. So in the summer, for whatever nice days we get here in Ireland, I like to hang my pre-washes outside. I try to wash them all in the one day if I possibly can, and it is just so satisfying to see my rotary clothesline with my fabrics on them. I just absolutely love it. Now, if it is a case of if we don't get a summer, if we don't get any nice days, which it can be just such a disaster sometimes, like particularly this year or last year, 2023, we had a lovely couple of weeks in May and then that was the end of it, then I will very, very warily put something into the tumble dryer, but it will be last chance saloon, to be honest. I will put it on for a very short length of time. So if it's a viscose, I'll put it in for a very short length of time, and I will take it out of the tumble dryer just before it's finished drying, so it's still slightly damp, and then I'll hang it in somewhere like the kitchen or possibly the conservatory where it'll dry the rest of it. But I definitely won't over dry it in the tumble dryer. Now, I will say that once it's been dried in the tumble dryer, then I do know then that when I wash it, if I'm really desperate, I can put it into the tumble dryer because it's already been tumble dried. But I will have to say that any of my handmaids will only go into the tumble dryer by mistake. So it'll be a mistake that they're in there. So maybe, and Jason, I'm not blaming you for this, but if Jason's emptying the washing machine and putting them into the tumble dryer, I don't expect him to pick out all of my my handmaids, and they'll just go into the dryer, and then that'll be it. Oh, somebody said that pigeons are cruel to their fabrics. So in Toronto, Margaret said that pigeons are cruel to the fabrics. Only tumble dryer if you want to shrink it as much, so it won't shrink after it. That is very true. Yeah. Tumble dryer pre-wash, but line dry every time after that. Yes. Often wonder if the neighbours wonder what the fabrics are going to be. Yeah, honestly. A heated air, Kathy. Oh, that sounds like a game changer. Yeah, Alicia, I couldn't live without a tumble dryer either. Indeed. Jason is tumble drying as we speak. Yeah, we have a line, but we don't really have the weather at the moment to be line drying anything. Plus, if you want a quick turnaround, sometimes the dryer is your only way forward. Breda watches the weather forecast. Yeah, which Kara said her radiator is a lifesaver. Yes. So, we're going to have another debate on heated airs. That sounds really cool. So, okay, so it's a definite 81% of line dry and 19% of tumble dry for this one. Okay, that's our first one really that's been less than like half and half. Okay, here's another one now that I've seen in a lot of this or that's. Okay, so when you're cutting out, this is a very predictable one. I thought this was going to be the first one. Are you team rotary cutter or are you team scissors? And I think a lot of you who know me for a long time will know that I'm team scissors. And that's because I'm old school as well. I've always learned to cut. I've always cut with the scissors. I've always cut on the floor with the scissors. Now, as my knees get older, I cut on these desks, which is great. I have tried rotary cutters, and I will, if I've got little small things like, I made some like bralettes a couple of years ago, and I found the rotary cutter was better on that. But I'm team scissors and I'm team pins. So I actually have so many pins. I love pinning. I find it easier to pin for myself than use pattern weights even. I'm very short, as you all know, and I'm working with a normal height table, so I find that cutting with the scissors is just easier on my shoulders, and also pinning is easier. I'm very awkward in that if I'm cutting out something, if I had weights, I would end up moving the weights, and I just feel I'm more precise with my cutting. So I spend a good bit of time laying out my fabric and making sure my grain line is even and straight. I pin, but I don't pin a lot. I don't put an awful lot of pins in. And then I really enjoy my scissors. So I use a Fiskars scissors. I use a combination of scissors. I use this one, which is the normal size, and then I use a smaller one as well. So I find the smaller one is really great for getting in around like the necklines and into the armholes as well, and for like just snipping out, say, like the darts and things like that. So how are we doing? We're doing about half and half here again. 44% for the rotary cutter and 56 for the scissors at the moment, and we've 222 votes. So Paula is team pins, can't use the clips, her fingers can't open them. I know the feeling. Karen uses a rotary cutter when she's quilting, definitely. See, I'm not a quilter. And scissors when making clothes. Scissors and pins for Leslie. Isabel uses weights and rotary cutters. Viv loves her LDH Midnight scissors. Lynn's laughing at something. Missing the laughing. A lot of people like the LDH scissors. I've tried the LDH scissors and I have to say I absolutely love the look of them, but I find the weight of these really good for myself. And again, my hands just seem to be mechanically ready for these, so I absolutely love these. Love these scissors. Marie is saying about electric cutters. Yeah, you could try them. I know Jan is a big fan of the electric cutter, the electric scissors. Again, I think with me, it's hard to break a habit. Really hard to break a habit. So, rotary cutters, Fiskars or Kai scissors. Oh, Kai sounds nice, whatever they are. Must look at those. So we are 43% team rotary cutter and we're 57% team scissors. Okay, we're going to end that one. I do like the LDH rotary cutter, Carol. I really do. Okay, it's okay. We're just going to start another one now. Okay, this one is a fun one. And I think you're all going to know my answer to this one as well. Okay, so I don't think I even need to tell you what my answer is to this one. So when you are making, say, like a new make or remaking something, do you like to follow the pattern or do you like to wing it? So I'm definitely team read the pattern instructions. I do enjoy. I will be the one to get a new appliance and read all the instructions and then do it my own way. And you know that that's what I do when I'm sewing as well. I love to read the pattern, and sometimes I'll read the pattern and I'll think, oh, I know, I won't say a better way, but I know my way of making it. So I'll definitely read it and then I'll do it my way. So I won't say wing it, but yeah, Ali has started to wing it. Suzanne is like me, she reads and then wings it. Karen says this one is hard. She ends up reading the instructions, then do it my own way and refer to it if it gets a bit technical. Yeah, I'm a bit like that as well, definitely. I also find as well that for me with sewing patterns, less is more. So again, so I would really love as well if a lot of indie patterns geared their instructions for two different types of sewists. So I do think all the indie patterns have amazing instructions. I do feel that they're geared at beginner sewists, and I would love if some of them were geared at the not so beginner. So I definitely wouldn't call myself a beginner, and I do like to wing it, but I do enjoy reading instructions. But my brain kind of goes, when I read too many things, it's like it doesn't make sense to me. So I would love a set of like brief instructions, just like break it down. Because if there's too many words, I just don't understand it at all. It's definitely something going on in my brain. I will have to get out the highlighter and just highlight the instructions that I need. So yes, Catherine, I actually really like Style Arc instructions. I do, because I just need to know the basics. And then and you know what I'm like then? I really enjoy doing the sew-alongs. I absolutely love doing the sew-alongs. I'm going to have a little dedicated space in my shop as well for doing sew-alongs. So I'm really looking forward to being able to do more of those. Suzanne said she could never buy a style arc. I love them. It's almost like doing a jigsaw without the box. So Carol reads and then she applies her favourite technique. Yeah, like a burrito method that you can add to a blouse. Sally needs my tutorials and sew-alongs. That is good. Yeah, I love a tutorial as well. Absolutely love it. Isabel finds patterns give too much details. Yeah, I'm the same. Eileen learned to sew from Vogue patterns. Oh, wow. Generally don't have to read the instructions, they're given to me as I sew. That's true, Karis. That is funny. Yeah, we need a sewing day, Karis. Jackie loves sew-alongs as well. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 88% top of the class, girls. 88% following the pattern, and we've got 12% winging it. Viv often makes notes in the instructions with the way you've done it rather than... You're a real note taker, Viv. There's all the gold stars going to you. Suzanne says IKEA instructions are funny with the little man pictures. Yes. Well, I'm pretty good now at unflat packing IKEA furniture. I have unflat packed a couple of Kallax units today. So I think I've got 3 of them done, 2 more possibly. Okay, we're going to end that tool on 88% following the pattern and 13% winging it. Okay, so the next one is, let me see, Andrea, do this right. Start pole. Okay. So when you're finishing, say, like a neckline or an arm band, do you like to bias finish it or do you like to add a facing? I bet we're all Kallax units experts. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm team facing. Definitely team facing. I absolutely love the look of bias binding, and I'm actually really good at putting in bias binding, tapping my own back here. I am good at, say, putting it on and it doesn't curl out or anything. I've just worked with a few techniques over the years, but I just prefer the finish of a facing. So what I have found is, here's my top tip for facing. The reason that a lot of facings don't actually fit the neckline is there's 2 reasons really. So, you know, when you get to do your facing and you think, I didn't cut that out right, that facing is far too small for the neckline. Number 1, potentially you have stretched your neckline as you've been sewing. So what I tend to do is you can either baste the... There's another word for it, it's just not coming to mind. You stay stitch your neckline so that it doesn't go out of shape. Or what I like to do is I like to do the neckline as soon as humanly possible on the garment. So I'll sew up the shoulders first and then I'll go straight into the neck and then it won't have stretched. So either do it that way, or the other thing that sometimes happens as well is that when you're interfacing your facing, which is a very difficult thing to do, I think. So you're cutting your facing fabric out and you're cutting your interfacing fabric out. And we all know it is very difficult to get the 2 of those exactly the same. So what I tend to do now on my facings is I cut a strip of fabric, I interface it, and then I cut my facing out of the interfaced piece of fabric. So that is a technique called... and I can't think of the word for it. What's it called? Can somebody tell me what that is called? Where you get a strip of fabric and you interface it. It's not like batch blocking. Thank you. So I block my fabric and then I cut it out because I've just found over the years I have my piece of facing fabric, I have my piece of interfacing, and it's like they don't even match. So I have found that really works for me. Block fusing, thank you. Yes, that's it. I also always understitch as well. So I sew my facing on, I do all my little snips, I turn it to the right side, I press it, and I will always understitch as well. And that keeps my facing from popping out. Now, sometimes as well, it all depends. Sometimes I like to put my facing inside and I'll also stitch it down to my garment. And I think that can make a really nice finish on the outside as well. I think it can look really nice. Doesn't always work, but yeah, I try to do that as best I can. We've still got loads and I've done an hour. But anyway, we're going to keep going. So I hope those tips were handy. So we're at 36% of bias and 64% of facing. So ending that poll, I'm going to go on with the next one. What are we going to do? Okay, so to finish your seams, are you somebody who serges, or do you prefer doing like a French seam? So start the poll. Now I'm a little bit, I'm torn on this one as well. Obviously I will always serge my knits. I'm never going to French seam those, but I do love the look of a French seamed blouse. It just looks beautiful, and I know that I've made a couple of blouses, and I've even been able to French seam the sleeve. So where the sleeve inserts, I think that is the most difficult part to French seam. So I'll definitely have to say that I would serge more than I would French seam. Now, if they're very difficult, delicate fabrics, I would definitely French seam, and it just looks amazing on the inside. Just looks absolutely beautiful. And especially if they're delicate fabrics where you can see the seams from the outside, it always looks so much nicer from the outside as well. So French seam on wovens and overlock the knits. Yes. French seam on fine fabrics. Yes. Yeah, Hayley, I'm the same. I'm kind of 50-50 really. Pebbly Pam says that she will French seam the special fabrics. Yes, I think that's a good one as well. French seams are good on linen. Yeah, so anything that's going to fray a lot, actually, French seams are definitely the way forward, aren't they? Okay, so we're 84% of serging and 16% of French seaming. Linda's the same, overlock the knits and French seam the wovens. Okay, we're going to end that one and we're going to get on with the next one. This is a lot of fun. It's an awful lot more fun than I expected it to be. So let me see. I may skip a few actually because we'll be here all night. Okay, this is one that I really like. So when you are sewing on your machine and you have, say, your starting thread and you have a little snip at the... Okay, I read this one first and I thought, oh, that's a really weird one. So are you a snip as you go, or are you a snip at the end? So you're sewing with your sewing machine and you have a thread hanging out at the beginning and you have a thread at the end. Do you snip as you go, or do you wait until after and you snip after? Now, I snip as I go. I have to snip as I go because my mother taught me how to sew, and that's how I learned. So that's quite a few years ago. And I have like my hand just mechanically goes and snips. So I snip off the beginning, snip at the end, even to the point where I know that a lot of you have lovely fancy schmancy sewing machines and you have the little cutter button and you can start off and snip it at the beginning, snip it at the end. I have that. I have that lovely device on my sewing machine, but it just takes too long. So I'm pressing it and I'm going, oh, I would snip that. So probably, Kara says if she doesn't snip as she goes, she'll forever have threads. Well, Kara, your sewing machine, the Husqvarna, has the little scissors, and you're young enough to start like a new a new thing as you go along. And I know that that was one of the things I was teaching Keris as she was learning to sew, was to snip as you go, because I hate to see little straggly threads at the end. Don't you just hate it where you've sewn something and the next thing you see the little straggly end? What I will find with my new faff is that it doesn't snip as close to the end as I'd like it. It still snips a little bit, so there's a little bit, and that just annoys me. Just annoys me. So, Debbie, that's what I was doing. I was pressing the little button on my machine and then I was snipping the little tails off as well. So I just felt that that was a pointless exercise, to be perfectly honest. Love the snip function, and you're 64. Well done, Janice, yes. Suzanne, it does a little dance and you have to wait when the faff does it. I know I can't wait. I can't. It's like me in a long queue. I can't wait. I can't wait. It just drives me nuts. Yeah, doesn't. I thought that there was a setting on my machine to snip it a little bit closer. So that little amount now just annoys me. Have to snip my own now, my machine. You hate to snip your own now that your machine does it, Lynn. Where are we on that one? We've 78% snip as you go and 22 snip at the end. Okie dokie. Ah, okay. So, let me see. That one gives me like a little report. We're going to start another poll. Okay, the next one is, okay, this one is very close to my heart as well. So, are you the person like me who turns on your iron? Do you know what? I can't actually multitask. Of typing and talking. Okay, are you the sort of person like me who turns on your iron the minute you start sewing? Oh no, I did that one wrong. Darn it. Okay, we'll do that one again. Okay. I need to concentrate. Okay, here we go. So yeah, are you the person who sticks on your sewing machine and your kettle and your iron all on at the one time? I love pressing as I go. So this one is a very controversial one, really. I know a lot of people say that they press everything at the end. I will press everything as I go. So every time I sew a seam, I will press it. So what I generally do on, say, viscose is I'll sew a seam. I'll sew my 2 shoulder seams. I'll bring them to the iron. I'll actually press on top of the stitching first because I find that sets it. So that's really nice. And then I'll open up the seams and I'll press them flat. And I'll do that on every single seam as I go, because I find that when I go to do the next seam, it's easier. So I'm not like fighting with the previous seam. I'm not trying to pin it out of the way. I think it gives you a much nicer finish. Particularly on the seam that's here, so your shoulder seam and where your sleeve comes in. If one of your seams goes the wrong direction, you'll end up with like a little bump here, and it just annoys me. So I have to make sure that everything is nice and flat as I'm sewing. So I take great care and attention to press as I go, definitely. Haley presses as she goes, but she turns on the iron each time. Well, this is where my lovely, is it called the Oliso? So my yellow iron, that is like a little hover iron. I love that one. So it just, it stands up on its little stand in between all of my sewing. And the minute I go to touch it, I can just iron with it, and then it stands on its little stand. It's brilliant. Other than that, then I have my tank iron as well. So I don't mind leaving that on. That one's absolutely fine. And it has this annoying tendency that if it's a while since I've been pressing, it turns itself off. So it's really annoying. So I love the Oliso iron now. Absolutely love it, Suzanne. It is really fabulous. I love it. So it's really nice. My sad part about the Oliso iron is that I have a yellow one, not a pink one, and I really wanted a pink one. But yeah, it's lovely. What did Keris say? You don't know why I'm not surprised. I won't have any different answers to the person who taught me to sew. I like that. I like that, Keris. I know they make a pink one. The only one that I could get at the time, Debbie, was a yellow one. Oh, good girls! I'm really proud of you all. So press as I go, 95%, and press at the end is 5%, and we have 193 votes on that one. Oh, Suzanne would love the pink, but she has the yellow as well, and Catherine has a yellow one. Yeah, they are. They're quite expensive, but you know what? They're really worth it. And as L'Oreal said, you know what? And Alyssa Iron, you're worth it. Absolutely. And I know I'm calling it the wrong name, and I'm really sorry. Yes, Mandy, so frustrating when it turns itself off. So annoying. Okay, so we've finished on 95 and 5. That's cool. We done 194 votes on that one. Suzanne said they do a mini one as well. Oh, Victoria would like the tulip pink Oliso iron. Oh my goodness. Now I want one of those. Hoo-hoo. So, okay. Right. Okay, we're going to go with another one which is quite similar. And I'm going to concentrate. Okay, so this is another one. So when you're sewing, are you somebody who tidies as you go, or do you just have a big cleaning session at the end? So tidy as you go or clean at the end. I find that I do a little bit of both, I'll be honest. So I use my bin for my cut threads, so I keep that quite tidy. I do have a habit of kind of putting my threads on my cutting board beside me. I'll sweep them into the bin. They may miss. I'll put all my little snips into the bin as I go, but I'll always have a big clean after I've sewn something. So I really, really love to come into my sewing room to start a new project, and my sewing room is clean. So I always clean up. I'll even go to the point of I have carpet in the sewing room at the minute. And I'll always like hoover the carpet after. I'll pick up the pins and I will tidy away. I'll empty my bobbins possibly if I don't think I'm going to use that thread again, and I will always put my threads back onto my thread stand. So I really like a neat sewing room. My house might look like a bomb hit it most of the time. Generally it has that we've just been burgled look, but my sewing room is always going to be tidy. Keris said she has good intentions to tidy as you go, but it never goes to plan. Yep, I know that, Keris. 5 cats and 2 dogs, and they're all thieves. Yes, I do find the cats will come in and they'll rob my reel of thread. Brigitte said that her sewing room is generally a mess. Yeah. Oh, Zeb tidies as she go, but generally has a cocker trying to help. Yes, I have a lot of help too. Paula tidies as she goes. So I do a little bit of both. Catherine said that one of her cats is running around the house with a ball of wool the other day. Oh God. Yeah, a clean sewing room keeps me sane as well. Yeah. Shan tidies as she goes, but she has a massive tidy at the end ready for the next project. Yeah, I'm definitely team that. So we're very half and half on this one. We're 44% tidy as we go and 56 tidy at the end. Okie dokie. Okay, and the next one is, let me see. Okay, I've made this one up myself. So, and you're going to laugh at this one, but you'll understand. Okay, so we're talking about our stash now. So as well as inches and centimetres, we also have another measurement in sewing, and it is how many calyx units we have. So do you measure your stash by how many squares of a calyx unit you are filling, or how many numbers of fabrics you have in your stash hub? So There's a lot of talk about the really amazing Stash Hub app at the moment, and I know a lot of people are getting on board with it, where you can file your fabrics basically in the Stash Hub. And if I had a big stash, I'm not sure if I would. I'm not really a spreadsheet girl. I'm not really a listed girl. I'm not that organised. I would probably count the cubes in my calyx unit. So are you really a sewist if you don't have a calyx unit? So yeah, this is one that I made up myself. Debbie has 2 shelves in her wardrobe. Alison has just joined Stash Hub. Sally, you don't count that high. Catherine doesn't have Stash Hub and she don't have a cube unit. Don't have a clue how many fabrics you have. Probably better off not to know sometimes. Suzanne uses Trello and loves it. Alison has 4 cubes. Jan, you don't have a calyx unit. Oh, that's you don't have either. Oh, neither. What is a calyx unit? So a calyx unit is the little cube unit that come from IKEA. So they're basically, I have 5 of these around the house, and they are a cube with 2, a vertical and a horizontal, and then there's boxes that you can put in the middle, and you can get them in all different sizes. You can get very large ones for a very large stash, and you can get little small ones. You don't want to, I want to sew, not input to a website. Yes. Renee uses Trello. Nicola needs to buy another calyx unit. Shelley uses Stash Hub, and it really surprises you how much I have. Plastic underbed boxes Brenda has, which have spread out under the bed. Julie swapped her calyx for a floor-to-ceiling cupboard with doors. Oh, so you can close the doors on it. Yes. Suzanne also uses the Beyond the Pink Door subscription boxes for the overflow. Yes. Gay doesn't know what's in her stash, as she has boxes of fabrics her mother gave her. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. So a lot of people swear by the Stash Hub, so you can put in all the details into Stash Hub, which I know is really, really handy. So you can put in the length of fabric you have, where you bought it from, all the composition. So we've started putting into the ebook all the composition of the fabric that goes into the Think Pink fabrics, which was a suggestion made to me, which I thought was brilliant. So we put all of that in now, and I think now there's actually a way, I was reading on Instagram during the week as well, that you can like copy and paste in the URL from whatever shop you bought the fabric from. So and how you do that is really simple. You go on to, say, Beyond the Pink Door website, you bring up the fabric onto the screen as if you're going to buy it, and then you copy and paste in all those numbers, the www. whatever, Beyond the Pink Door /, and then all the other letters and numbers, and you can copy that into your Stash Hub, and that will put in all the information about the piece of fabric. I was also suggesting as well that you can take photographs of your fabrics and you can put them into Stash Hub, or else you can just go back to, say, the shop website and you can just save the image from the website if you still have it. So like if you're going back to like historical fabric, then you will have to take fabrics, or you will have to take photos of your fabrics, of course. Jen said, I think the idea is to use the fabric. There's no need for Stash Hub. Well, a lot of us know that it's a whole different hobby, buying fabric. So, years ago when I first started sewing, I would go into my fabric shop and I would buy my fabric and I would buy my pattern, I'd buy all my notions and I would make what I wanted to make, and then I would go back and buy more. But nowadays, I will whip the 1.5 meters from the shop to make, say, the next blouse, or the next 2 meters to make the next dress. And I'll always have fabrics then ready to pull out of my stash. And a whole different life's too short, it would use up too much time when it could be at my sewing machine. Well, that's what I kind of feel, Alicia. But I think if you've got a small stash, then it's a really good idea to start off with Stash Hub. But I think it's an even better idea to use up all those really lovely fabrics, because I'd rather be wearing them, definitely. If you're like Viv, then we're both weird, and that's okay with me. Okay. Okay, Viv. Viv has the spreadsheet. Yes. So I do have another couple of this or that, but I think we've covered all the fun ones, and we've gone way over our hour this evening, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And we still got 319 people, and we've got 253 likes, so that's really cool. So number of Calyx units 58%, and number of pieces in Stash Hub 42%. That's a really good one. So Zeb writes in a book what she wants to make, and you buy the fabric, pen and paper for me. Yes. So I hope you've all enjoyed that. I've totally enjoyed it myself. It was a bit of fun. I'm going to try that flipping app again to see will it work. I'm going to try it out again. And saying that, I do like a little notebook and a pen, as you all know. I'm very old school. Very old school. So yeah, I'm going to let you all back to your lives in the real world, and I am going to see you all here again next Sunday with whatever else we come up with. So thanks for joining me this evening, and have a super week, and we'll see you next week. Possibly there won't be any shelves here next week. We'll see how we get on. Hang on, what did Brigitte say? How many nations had we here this evening? I have to scroll back. Did I miss that somewhere? Oh, I'm still here. Let me see. Oh, I thought I saw that somewhere. Okay, missed that. Sorry, Brigitte. Well done for counting again. See you all next week. Bye.